Okay. So we can do that.
You can. Go ahead.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. Youth Neighborhood Association Partnership Program on January 17th, 2017. The time is 3:45. Items listed on the agenda may be taken out of the order presented. 2 or more agenda items for consideration may be combined, and any item on the agenda may be removed or related discussion may be delayed at any time. Backup material for this agenda may be obtained from Luann B. Holmes, City Clerk at City Clerk's office at 495 South Main Street, 2nd floor, or on the city's webpage at www.lasvegasnevada.com. Item number 2, will you please take roll call?
No.
Are we in compliance with open meeting law?
Yes, we are.
Will you please take roll call?
Yes. Chair Nico, excused. Vice Chair Gonzalez,
Here.
Member Reyes, excused. Member Skilbred,
Present.
Member Skousen,
Here.
Member Kramer, excused. Member Richard,
Here.
Member Kilponen,
Here.
Member Williams,
Here.
Member Vega, excused. Member Hussein,
Here.
Member Torres, excused. Member Sorosa, excused. Member Navis, excused. Member Kennedy,
Here.
Member Winslow,
Here.
Member Hardy.
Here.
You do have a quorum.
Item number 3. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. If you wish to be heard, give your name for the record. The amount of discussion as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. Is anyone here to make a public comment? Seeing none. Item 4, report on Youth Neighborhood Association Partnership Program applications submitted by Palo Verde High School, National Honor Society, Bright Smiles for Las Vegas Youth, Palo Verde High School, National Honor Society, the Daffodil Project, Desert Pines High School Math Club, Desert Pines High School Math Club, Doolittle Leaders of Tomorrow, Family Fun Resource Drive, Doolittle Leaders of Tomorrow, Family Fun Resource Fair, East Las Vegas, batteries included. Hope. I'm not a big Garaheim Elementary School, Garaheim Garden Rehab, K. Carl Elementary School, Care Packages, Las Vegas Academy, batteries included. Senior Luau and Lexi's Little Gestures, Keepsakes and Memories. May I have the first group? Hello and welcome to the Ynapp Board meeting. My name is Angel Gonzalez and I am the chair of the Ynapp Board. Your group will now be making a presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make your presentation, then the board will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded and we will need for you all to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Hi, before I start, were you saying about the clicker?
Did you need a clicker?
Yes.
Do you have a clicker?
Okay, you good? Yeah. Here you go. Alright. Is everyone ready? Alright, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alyssa Ty, and today I'm here to talk to you guys about the Bright Smiles for Las Vegas Youth Project, and without further ado, let's begin. Alright, first I'm going to introduce ourselves. I'm Alyssa Ty, as I said before, and I attend Palo Verde High School. I'm 17 years old and I'm a junior. I'm the NHS officer at Palo Verde High School for our National Honor Society, and I'm the specific youth lead for this project, along with help from Ella Jolly. And the adult lead on this project is Andrea Resnick. She is a teacher at Palo Verde High School, and she is one of our NHS advisors. And more about what National Honor Society is we're a club that meets once or twice each month. And in order to join our club, you must have a 3.5 unweighted GPA. And in order to be inducted into the National Honor Society, you must complete 30 service hours. And moving on, before I talk about Bright Smiles for Las Vegas Youth, I would like to talk about a past project that the Ynapp board has granted me personally. About 3 years ago, in 2014, I attended Becker Middle School, and I was National Junior Honor Society president. And what I found at our school was that the special education kids weren't really involved in the school community or in school culture, and didn't have the same opportunities as the regular students at our school. So I thought, why not have a special education field day to get the students more involved with the other students and to be involved with our school community. And therefore, the Ynapp board generously granted us $1,000 to complete the special education field day, and it put a smile on all their faces, and it got them involved with the other students at our school, and it showed us that even though we might be different, that doesn't mean we have to do different things, and we can't have the same opportunities. And these are pictures from the event. Now I'm going to move on to Bright Smiles for Las Vegas Youth Service Project, and I'm going to start off by saying how we got the idea for this. We were having a National Honor Society officers meeting, and we were trying to discuss different service projects that we could complete, and Ms. Resnick told us about an organization her friend Vicki Herman's involved in called Future Smiles. And what Future Smiles does is they're a nonprofit in Las Vegas, Nevada, and they provide little to no cost oral health to children in our county that don't have the opportunity to get this. They provide things like preventative oral health care screenings, education, dental cleaning, protective sealances, and fluoride varnishings. But unfortunately, Future Smiles can't go to all the students in the valley that need help, and that's how we came up with our service project. What we want to do is we want to provide dental hygiene packages for students of Ruth Life Elementary School. These packages are going to involve toothpaste and toothbrush, which most of these students don't have available to that at home. Then following giving them the packages, we're going to have a dental presentation done by a volunteer dentist, educating them about how to use these products, which most of the students don't know how to do since they don't have the products. And we only need $1,000 for this service project. And here's a video talking more about what Future Smiles does. It's a little tricky.
I am the founder and executive director for Future Smiles. Future Smiles is a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to increase access to oral health care in underserved populations. We primarily focus on school-based care, and we have a team of public health dental hygienists who are awesome, amazing people who really are compassionate and care about the children that we serve.
The benefit for Future Smiles in the community is that we're providing a service to these kids that otherwise would not have access to dental care. So we're really, we just are all very passionate about that.
One of the most beautiful things about working here is when I go to one of the schools and I get a big hug from a small child who recognizes us in our uniforms, and maybe we've seen this child in the past, and they're just so thankful for everything that we did for them.
I love working with Future Smiles because I love working with little children, and when children are in pain, my heart goes out to them.
We see kids from the school district. We also see kids that are underserved, don't have insurance.
Why I'm here is because of the children. When a child tells you that they've never been to a dentist, or they have pain, or they don't even own a toothbrush, it touches you.
And it really just makes me feel like I love what I do, and I've made the right choices in my life to be a public health hygienist.
Collectively, this is a group of public health dental hygienists who work from their heart and their soul to bring preventative care, dental hygiene to children in the public school setting that may not ever have access to care.
And that's more about Future Smiles and what inspired us to do our project. Sorry, I blew that accent. Maybe you can press the arrow down below. Yeah.
So that's the problem.
Maybe all the way to the right. Yeah. I'll just kidding.
Anyone see this?
Any are something else?
Can you see how to click on? I can't see.
I can see it somewhere.
I
it's
can
right in the
see it.
center. Yeah.
Right here?
Maybe we can scroll
Yeah.
up. I don't think that's it. We can try that.
And you feel like close one eye.
We close one eye,
Yeah.
cross the other.
I don't know where you got it. I think it's
Sorry. Can you scroll up on this page? Alright, let's go. Is there a back button, possibly?
Let me go get technical help. I'll be right back. Lisa, try just hitting backspace. Backspace should work with the back one. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
How to refresh. All I know how to do is exit, just like Alt F4. No?
Yeah, right.
Bright smile, great eye vision. Let's do both.
Yeah. Oh no. Alright, so as I was saying, that's a video about what Future Smiles is and what inspired us to do our project and how we got the idea. Now we're going to go more in depth about our project. It's going to happen at Ruth Beth Elementary School, and the students that are involved are kindergarten through 2nd grade. And the youth volunteers that are going to be involved in our project are the NHS members and NHS officers. And the adult volunteers will be the NHS advisors, the volunteer dentists, and the NHS members. And with the adult and youth volunteers are going to come together to educate these students about their dental health and give them the necessary products to do so. And what needs to happen in order for this project to happen is we need to shop for the supplies, and we need to assemble the packages with the dental supplies. And the people who are going to do this are the NHS volunteers and the NHS advisors. Then we're going to come to the day of the event. We're going to pass out the dental hygiene packages to the students of Ruth Beth Elementary School. Then following giving them the supplies, a dental presentation will happen at an informational assembly, which will be done by the volunteer dentist. And the presentation will be made by the volunteer dentist along with collaboration of the NHS officers. Then we're going to share and reflect on our presentation and our event. and an estimated 91 service hours are going to come from this service project. So moving on to how we're going to share and reflect what we did with other people. A slideshow is going to be created with interviews, pictures, and videos of the event to be shared through different types of media. The first way we're going to share is through PVTV. PVTV stands for Palo Verde Television, and what PVTV is, it's a broadcasting network for our own school that airs during second period each and every day that the whole student body is required to watch. So our slideshow is going to be aired through PVTV for our whole student body to be informed of what the event was and what happened and what we learned from it for them to share with their friends and family. Next, we're going to share our event with the Pantheon. And what the Pantheon is, it's Palo Verde's yearbook. And we're going to have a cover story in the yearbook with interviews and pictures of our experiences and what we did for the community, for memories of today and memories when people are flipping 20 years from now to see what we did with our project. Next, we're going to share our story with the pantherprint.org. What that is, it's our school's online newspaper, and we're going to have an article on the website for anyone who goes on our newspaper to see and read about. Next, we're going to share our slideshow with social medias. Our school has different Twitter and Instagram accounts, so anyone who goes through their feed can like and retweet and share the project to share with their other friends and people online. Then next, we're going to have a story on Palo Verde's website for anyone to see who goes online. So why is it important you guys fund our project? What is the importance of this? Something we do twice a day that might seem like a pain, but we do anyway. Not everyone in our valley has the opportunity to do so. Some kids don't have the simple item as a toothbrush to brush their teeth, or they don't know how. And we have an opportunity right now to give them the supplies to do so and the education of a lifetime in order to do this. Also, we're going to create a more positive learning environment. Tooth decay causes poor self-esteem and diminished ability to learn in school. So by teaching them how to brush their teeth and giving them toothbrush and toothpastes, they don't have to worry about their teeth hurting while they're learning while they're taking in their education and learning. 51 million school hours are lost each year due to dental-related illnesses. Right now, we're going to have an opportunity to give these students the supplies they don't have available to them at home, the education of a lifetime, and to prevent them from having dental illnesses that their families more than most likely can't afford. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Okay. At this time, the Ynapp board may ask your group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Kennedy?
Lily Kennedy, do you feel like you could continue this project without the full $1,000 grant match?
I feel like we would be able to complete the project without the $1,000.
Member Skousen?
Great job on your presentation.
Thank you.
Cool, calm, and collected, even though correcting everything that went wrong. That's awesome. Good leadership skills. I just was curious about how many toothbrush and toothpaste packs you think you're going to put together with this.
I have the exact number.
Okay.
Get it for you. Okay, so there's about, I'm sorry, I don't have the number off the top of my head, but it was for all the students in kindergarten, first and second grade. I can get you that number in a moment.
That's good. And did Target work with you to get a good price, or did they give you some kind of discount?
I didn't ask them. I thought the prices were pretty cheap, but I'm sure when we go in and talk to the manager, because we're going to need a mass amount, that they can work with us.
Hopefully. And I know sometimes you can get this kind of stuff at dollar store too. You know,
I thought like the dollar
brand
store like 99 cents, and like the toothbrushes were like 79 cents at Target. So
okay,
I just kind
good.
of
You did your homework. Good job.
that out.
Great job.
Member Spilberg?
Congratulations, that really was a good presentation. You didn't get rattled at all, but
Thank you.
I do have one thing. I think you may be short selling yourself, because one of the things I do on the applications is look at what your hours pledged break down as, because it's just a total. So I break it down because I'm just curious, and if you take that number and you divide it by $23, it's 263 hours of service. Not 91. So it's a significantly larger contribution to the community than what you're giving yourself credit for. And I think that this is, you're definitely starting at the right grade if you can convince children this young and get them started on a pattern of behavior. I think that's an outstanding concept. So, congratulations.
Member Winslow?
Why this project volunteer?
We work with Candace Boring on trying to target a school that Future Smiles didn't go to, and this was one of the schools, and that's why to target them. And also the principals, I guess.
So, in your partnership with Future Smiles, have you talked to them about where they get like the toothbrush or the supplies they give to the kids?
I didn't ask them how they got the supplies. I talked to Vicki Herman and asked what they chose to determine the school, and it was based on like a tier system. That's about as much as I talked to them about.
Because I'm just wondering if maybe you, through that partnerships, maybe you can get whatever rate or, you know, get stuff for cheaper, and maybe then you can hit the whole school, maybe just for a couple grades. So maybe explore that side of it rather than having to pay that regular price. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I agree, your prezi was great. You can tell you have spoken in public before.
All right, I'll look into that.
Member Kennedy?
Congrats on being able to figure out Prezi real quick because I could never wrap my head around it, but I don't recall, but did you say you were getting any donations of any, like?
No. When I called stores and stuff, like when I talked about like funding and getting prices for something that's like so far ahead of time, they're like, oh, we can't really help you right now. So I thought once we like go shopping and stuff, we can talk to them then about it. But as of right now, we have like no confirmed donations.
Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting at the and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date that will be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today.
Thank you, guys.
Recess.
Meeting in recess. Meeting back in order. Hello and welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Angel Gonzalez and I am the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will now be making a presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make your group presentation. Then the board will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded and we will need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Ella Jolly. I'm going to be the student leader of this project. And I'm also here with Mrs. Sarah Melvin. She's going to be the lead. So without further ado. As I already stated, my name is Ella Jolly. I am a junior at Palo Verde High School. I am also an officer in NHS. Mrs. Melvin is one of the NHS advisors, and she's also an English teacher at Palo Verde. Right now, our NHS has about 160 members, which is actually really big, and so as officers, we're always trying to look for opportunities that we can get service hours for all of the members in NHS and also try to benefit our community as well, of course. We have never worked with Zoom Grant before, we've never received a grant, but as you just heard, Melissa Ty has, and so she's also going to be involved with this project as well. So, what is it? The Daffodil Project is a worldwide project that was started by Anne Wiswell Chai, which is a non-profit organization focused on Holocaust education and awareness. Their goal is to plant 1.5 million daffodils in memory of the approximate 1.5 million children who died in the Holocaust, and also to support millions of children that are still suffering from humanitarian crises today. Daffodils are used in this project because of their yellow color and also the unique shape of their flowers, which can be interpreted to represent the yellow star that was used, of course, to during the Holocaust. It's also a bit of symbolism around talk kind of about that. We heard about this idea from another NHS group at a LEAP conference that our NHS chapter recently went to in Denver, this past November. And they kind of introduced this idea. It was a group from Atlanta, Georgia, and we were telling us about it, and it just sounded amazing. We really wanted to do this at our school. And so with the grants, the funds granted by this program, we want to plant about 600 daffodils around plots in our school and all around the campus. And we also intend on getting a plaque that will show what these flowers represent, that we'll put in the middle of our campus. The reason we want to plant these flowers at our school is, first of all, to remember these children who died in the Holocaust, and also to inspire our students and the teachers, everyone walking on the campus, to remember these people, remember what happened in this tragic event in our world's history, and to inspire them and hopefully create an idea and an attitude of positivity and proactivity. Also, this topic of the Holocaust is actually very close to our hearts. We know a lot about it at our school particularly. In the 10th grade, all of the English teachers do a special Holocaust unit where they all teach. We read a novel about a Holocaust survivor and his experience. We learn all the special terms and events and everything about the Holocaust. And so our students are very educated about this topic, and we feel that by having this program at our school, children will be able to understand what it really means, and they'll be able to take something home with them that they'll remember and they'll appreciate from their knowledge about the Holocaust. Mrs. Melvin actually taught me about the Holocaust last year when I was in her English class, and it really meant a lot to me, and I think that having this project will also be able to tie that back in, and our students would connect that way. So to our next point, where, when, and how. The project will be held at Palo Verde, of course. Our principal, Darren Schweikert, has already approved this idea, and he's really excited about it. He thought that the project was great. We plan on planting the flowers in the center of our quad in multiple planters so everyone can see them in their bright yellow color. We will include all of the members of NHS and other volunteers that we can invite to come and prepare the plots, to plant the flowers, and also to help maintain them afterwards. And the planting will take place on April 11th, which is actually the day of liberation. We feel it is a very sensible time to plant the flowers as it symbolizes hope and peace. For the rest of the school year afterwards, as I stated, we'll have members from NHS that will come and help maintain and water the plants throughout the rest of the school year. How we plan on buying these flowers already blossomed from Star Nursery. They have a donation program where we can apply about 4 weeks in advance prior to the project, and they will donate a certain amount. They haven't really clarified yet because we haven't started the program, but they will apply, they'll donate different supplies such as watering cans, gloves, shovels, maybe even some of the flowers in soil. So, as I stated previously, why is this project so important? Why does it matter if we plant flowers in our school? We need to remember these people who died. We need to honor them. It's going to be a statement, a call to action of sorts for the students to see these flowers and think about what they truly mean, how we can take something that happened long ago and remember what it actually meant, what it means for us now, which is to be proactive, to be accepting, to be loving, and to care for everyone. We hope that it'll create an environment of positivity and love at our school. And so, for the sharing and awareness, we would share our project with TV, which is our school broadcasting system, the pantherprint.org, which is our school's online newspaper, through posters, social media, as Alyssa stated, we have Twitter and Instagram accounts that many of our students follow. PaloVerde.org, we'd love to have an article in there about that. And we also hope to contact local news stations to get some coverage on this. I think it would be really special if we could do something that could involve the whole community and the whole city could see. And I think it would be also really great if other schools could see the project that we do and maybe even implement it into their school as well. So here's a recap video.
It's just like better at finding it.
It's kind of
If you look on that one,
a little.
wait,
A little to the,
wait,
a little to the that side.
There you go. Okay.
So I would like to leave you all with a quote today by Elie Wiesel. He is a writer, professor, political activist, Nobel Peace Prize winner, and also a survivor of the Holocaust. We actually read his book in the English class last year. He said, "How can anyone who remembers stay silent? We have a moral obligation to never forget, to speak up and raise awareness about these people who suffered during the Holocaust, but also those who are still suffering today. I mean, they're all around us. There's refugees, there's children who are abused in unstable homes. I mean, people are everywhere. And We need to honor the dead, but also remember the living. And I feel like this project perfectly encompasses all of those things that we can speak up, we can raise awareness, and do it in a beautiful way that can bring something special and unique to our school and to our community. And with that, I'd like to say thank you, and are there any questions?
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask your group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Kennedy?
So, great presentation. So you said they were trying to plant 1.5 million flowers all over the world. Right. This planting flowers is in your contribution.
Yeah, so we're trying to just modify that.
Does this project have like its own thing? Like, it's hard to explain, but hold on. Does the project, the Daffodil project, get any benefit from you planting the flowers? Are you going to tell them that, like, hey, we planted 600 flowers in our school?
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure. I think we are, yeah. We're planning on notifying them. Hopefully they can have a little flower on the map like you saw in the video. That's really cool. Yeah, we're going to notify them about what we're doing. And then we're also hoping to make this an annual project. We'll do it every spring.
I have a question, Member Gonzalez. Will you be able to carry out this project without the full $1,000?
I mean, we still would love to do it anyway, but that would probably just limit like the amount of daffodils that we could plant. Because with the, we kind of priced it out, and we approximated about 600 flowers.
Okay, thank you. Member Williams?
Excellent presentation. One question I have, or kind of a combination of thoughts that I might have is, one is, you said the project you would do is April 11th. 600 plants. In terms of maintenance, you said that the principal agreed, but there's still watering, there's some maintenance, those type of things for 600 plants. Did you guys talk with your maintenance crew and other folks at the school? And along with that is April is almost towards the end of the school year. And you want this to be an ongoing, lasting project. Is this something that the club is willing to take on year after year, or maintain this this box? Because it's a lot of work, and I know you put down your hours in terms of how many volunteer hours you have, but there's a lot of volunteer effort that's going to go into the project long after the project is over. So,
yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. So we have talked to someone who's helping us with that type of thing, and we wouldn't have to insert any like watering system. We just do it by like watering cans. So that's how essentially we put hours, and we'd have multiple plots. So the day of planting, we're hoping that a lot of volunteers will come and we can all like work on the separate plants. And then to the point about maintenance, the students would continue watering them throughout the rest of the school year. But then since daffodils are annual flowers, they would die like, around the end of the school year. And so that's when we would probably have them removed. But then we keep the planters there so that we can release them next year. And then we plant new flowers in spring next year. Is that
no, that answers the question. It's just that just wanted to know about that ongoing maintenance, and when you put in your hours in terms of how much volunteer hours you guys are putting on this project, there's a lot of hours included in this project beyond just volunteers coming and planting the daffodils at that particular point. Like you said, they're seasonal, so someone has to come back in, clean the plant beds out, and those kind of things, prepared to be planted for the next season. So that there is an ongoing level of volunteer hours.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, the maintenance would go, the volunteer hours would start on the day of planting, or probably before that, because I have to prepare the planters and everything, but then, and at the end of the school year, when we clean all the flowers out and then prepare for the next year.
members go ahead.
I haven't actually planted daffodils, but I've planted irises and other bulb plants. And so I believe daffodils are also bulb, right? So you would clean them out, and then they can last a couple years. That you just put them in a cool, dry place, and they'll last. But they'll also, while they're in the ground, multiply. So are you planning on, when you plant additional, more than the 600 plants next year, are you counting those bulbs that will be separated to get more plants, or are you looking at planting another 600? Because if it's anything like my section of garden with the irises, I literally have so many bulbs that they like push up out of the ground now, and I didn't know initially how to separate them and store them correctly, so they just stayed there and multiplied into the ground.
So we'll have to figure that out, like how we're gonna store them. But that would be amazing if we wouldn't have to buy as many the next year. We could just use under how that's
Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date that will be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. Meeting at recess.
She'll cue you when she's ready.
I call this meeting back to order.
They're going to present by the
Hello and welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Angel Gonzalez and I am the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will now be making a presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make your presentation. Then the board will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded and we need all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Hi, we are a math club and we represent Joseph Mines High School. I am the youth leader, Anthony Medrano.
My name is Olivia Mamo. My name is Denishika Samaya.
I'm Joshua Desire.
and I'm Aiden. What is Math Club? Math Club is a place students from Joseph Mines High School come and be a part of a mathematical environment. When students come into the math club, they will be surrounded by their own peers and will feel comfortable to set up on where they are weak in math.
Benefits for students. Students will earn and maintain a 75% in their math class. They would also meet new people. They would also be a part of a safe and friendly environment. And they would improve their communication and social skills.
School mission. The mission of Joseph Mines High School multicultural community is to facilitate learning so all students can develop academic, physical, communication, and life skills necessary to meet the challenges of the technology society of today. It is very important that math club can represent our school mission and go beyond the expectations. Helping our community. Math club is a great way of helping all of the students in our community. We as a group will help other
encourage more students to come in and get help. Math Club members will need to advertise and make Math Club more well known for an after-school activity. We want to achieve the goal of the school for the graduates to get 450. Recognition for designated high school students and the community to know where we offer more services than just math tutors. Projects for the community. This is new to Math Club. We paired up with the Animal Foundation to help the homeless animals and make toys for them. We also paired up with Ronald McDonald's House of Charities. We started how we started. We took involved into their creating caring cards.
Structure of Math Club. There are currently 2 adult advisors and 27 student tutors. During the tutoring sessions, the advisors coordinate the activities for students. Tutoring sessions last generally 1.5 hours to as much as 2 hours.
That is the last few t-shirts. For this year, t-shirts will cost $16.96 each, or $508.80 for 30 shirts. We will use the grant to provide recognition for the Math Club by creating custom shirts for the members, which can help them achieve situations.
What can Ynapp do? Help increase the graduation rate for a high-risk school in Las Vegas. We will use the grant to provide snacks during the tutoring sessions for tutors and also students who are coming in for help. Reaching our goals for recognition and teachers.
Thank you. We are now ready for your questions.
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask you your questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Kennedy?
Great presentation, guys. Trying to think how to word it. Do you think that you'd be able to successfully fulfill your project without having the full asking amount?
Yes. We've been doing it since like 2 years now. We've been helping other students now. So I think it's
How long has your club been at specified?
Yeah, we've been doing this for about 4 years.
Member Skousen?
Great job. I know you guys have come in the past. I like your project and idea. I think it's been successful. I think last time you came, you were talking about scores and improvements, stuff like that. So that's awesome. Kind of along the same lines that Lily brought up. Are there ways you guys can maybe use t-shirts from last year? And you guys have a different theme every year, or I mean, is there any way to get those kind of a reuse fee? That's a lot of money on t-shirts.
Last year's t-shirts, since we have new members, new tutors, last year's t-shirts were mostly for our alumni, they're mostly seniors.
Okay.
Now they're t-shirts.
So they're long gone.
Member Spilred?
It's a good presentation. It's a good project. I remember in the past we had someone who worked with Title I schools who was on the board, and they were going to work with you following for snacks and food and whatnot. That was another source that you might have. How did that work out?
I don't think they'll know because a lot of them were freshmen that year and they weren't in the club yet. The funding was only for that year.
Your name, sir. Can you please state your name?
Yes, my name is Boshi. I'm one of the advisors. So we had that for the first year and it was amazing because a lot of the kids were actually able to, stay. After school the kids are hungry, so having the snacks were huge. And it was great, but it was only for that 1 year. After the second year, they said the funding dried up, so we weren't able to, secure anything else from there. But, yeah, it was huge actually.
No more questions? Member Williams?
Just a suggestion in terms of food and some of those things, and I don't know if your school is part of it, but you might want to reach out to 3 Square. They usually have a lot of non-perishable items and stuff that they will donate and assist, especially with the Ynapp School program.
Member Winslow?
So I work at the Spring Valley Public Library, and we make staff t-shirts once or twice a year. And I think last year we got them closer to like 5 to 6 colors of shirts printed on both sides. So, and that's through one of my place, some companies. Like I'll give you my card. Maybe you could get them for cheaper and you could spend more money on your food.
No, we just go online. I think it's custom made when we order it.
Yeah, we did that at one point, and they were a lot more expensive.
I think.
So I'd be happy to connect you.
Yeah, it was kind of difficult. I guess it was like they have to have certain kind of ID so that the city of Las Vegas could pay them. So that's the issue we ran into one time. So we just decided to make them decent. I don't know if that's still the issue.
I'll give you guys my business card. If you work it more, you could, this is the word price.
Yeah, no, it's cheap.
Member Hardy?
I love you guys' club that you have. I'm a huge math nerd. Lily, my friend here, she knows. Yeah, down to like calc, it's nothing. I wanted to know, a lot of people, as they like to call it, when I tell them I love math or that I'm really good at it, they call it the devil's work because they don't understand anything about it. So I know there might be a high demand for people to come there for help. Do you guys have enough members in order for you to help and reach out to the people that will come to you? And if not, are you guys willing to like reach out for tutors, maybe from other schools, or hiring some if you have leftover funds or anything like that?
Yes, we have a lot of tutors. That's why we started the volunteering group at the Animal Foundation to give the tutors that aren't helping us, that aren't giving sessions, to gain community service hours and
Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date that will be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. Meeting at recess.
The district court, but yeah, but getting him, people don't think about it, they don't think about it.
So I call the meeting back to order. Hello and welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Angel Gonzalez and I am the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will now be making a presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make your presentation, then the board will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded and we need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Hi, my name is Maya. I'm Vice President of Do-Little Leaders of Tomorrow. My name is Christine Session. And we're presenting the Family Friendly Resource Drive. The grants that we did previous years was Kids Active Day, Teens Day, and Seniors Day. And this year we're going to be doing a drive for donating to families in need. The Family Resource Drive will bring clothes, food, and supplies needed for families.
We noticed, the reason why we are doing this is we noticed a lot of families in our community who look in need of help. And so as we looked around, we decided we were gonna help raise like the things that they needed. For our community, the drive will provide families in need with clothes, food, and supplies. Anything that will be donated will end up be given to other families that arrive at the event.
Provides families in need with food, gives families supplies, provides community with clothes. We will be placing trash cans around different community centers and collecting donations for a full month.
This is the cost of the grant money we'll need, and the total will be $500 for trash cans, detergent, Clorox wipes, gloves, softener, stickers, and post-it notes. The youth and adults work together in this project by showing how the community can come together and give items to families in need.
Our reflection will be, we will be dropping off trash cans at different community centers, and we will be collecting them at the end of the month. We will be washing clothes and then folding them.
Families in our community are in need. So in our request for a project, we have decided to bring the members of our community together to give our families in need items like food and clothing to let them know that their community cares about them.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask you your questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Scobran?
Okay, good presentation. I particularly like that last slide, that was nice. I agree, there's a will, there's a way, but I do have two questions. So when you say that you previously done events for adults, active adults, teens, and kids, were those three different?
Yeah, three different Ynapp projects that we did in previous years. Like last year we did the active adult day, and the year before that we did teen awareness, and the year way before that was the kids active adults. Kids.
Okay, because all you listed for previous was last year's. So you've actually done several more. The other thing is, and maybe I'm not understanding, so your group for this event, you're going to do the drive.
Yeah.
And then the other one that's through the Leaders of Tomorrow is going to be a resource fair, and that's where you're going to give it away. So it's really
there's two different projects that we're doing this year. This one that we're doing is we're going to be running out different community centers, dropping off trash cans, so people from their community centers can donate to us.
Okay.
And the fair, that's where we'll be giving away the items.
I just wanted to make sure they were these and not, you weren't doing a drive in a separate fair and they were doing, so they partner up. Okay, I got it. Thank you so much.
Member Richard?
So I think this is a great project. And when you guys give out the trash cans, are you only collecting clothes or food? Or you're just collecting?
It's both, and supplies that families can use.
Member Kennedy?
Okay, great presentation, guys. I really like that last one. That was cute. I don't recall, but are you guys getting any donations for your project?
I have to get that to you on that one. I'm not 100% sure.
Member Skousen?
I had a couple questions about your donation stuff. First of all, you guys did a great job on your budget because you're actually under the maximum grant, which is nice to see. So you thought about money. But I know some of the things that you have listed, you could probably get at the dollar store, for sure. You might be able to save a little bit of money there, even on it. Would be great. So it's good to have the money stretch as far as you possibly can.
Member Williams?
Yeah, on your budget or on your screen, it stated like 200, was it 200 and something dollars for trash cans?
Yeah, there's going to be 12 trash cans for different community centers.
Okay, because I mean, and I was thinking, I mean, that's quite a bit for trash cans. I think, you know, sometimes you use money in different areas, and there's a lot of other kind of bins or something slightly different than just the trash can to put your goods and stuff in there. Sometimes there's boxes, and you can take a box and you can use the money to buy stuff to wrap the box to really make it more of an advertising of what you guys plan on doing and to highlight your program and do some things like that. I think a trash can is, you know, not as really personal in terms of wanting to donate things. So maybe that's something you guys can think about, and that $200, because you can get some, I mean, I've seen boxes almost as big as this square table right here. I mean, both of these tables that are big, where you really can do some things and be creative with it, and that's no cost. And then that other money can be used to really heighten your advertising of your project and get the word out.
Member Hardy?
I love this presentation. I love the message that you guys are going to bring to the community as far as helping them in any way they can, rather than just focusing on one thing. You know, making sure, you know, hygiene products, food, and clothes, which I've very rarely seen programs that have all three, and that's really great. I wanted to know. I forgot my question. Oh, I wanted to know, how are you guys going to promote this to the community? How are you going to get it out there? You said you're going to have trash cans at other community centers. How are you going to let them know that about this, not only the resource fair, but the drive as well?
Well, we were thinking about handing out flyers to different community centers so they can be aware of what we're doing.
Member Silver?
I want to play off something. Remember William said that I saw at a friend's church festival. And what they did was they took boxes. They took that great big roll of brown shipping paper, and they wrapped the boxes, decorated them up, but they also took that paper and cut it into smaller pieces and used that as their flyers and their poster boards kind of things to do advertising. And that's a lot of paper on a roll for a much smaller amount of money. So, because copying flyers can get kind of pricey quick, but, and then it's just, you can decorate it up yourself, or you can do flyers. Just a thought, just wanted to throw that out there.
Any more questions? Okay. Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date that will be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today.
Present today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Meeting in recess.
Meeting in recess. Okay. Meeting back to order. Hello and welcome to the Ynapp Board meeting. My name is Angel Gonzalez and I am the chair of the Ynapp Board. Your group will now be making a presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make your presentation, then the board will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded and we need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
My name is Trevor Frank, and we are presenting the Family Fund Resource Fair.
I am Angel Hernandez.
I'm George Collins.
So this is our fourth time applying for a grant. The first one we did was for children, and then we did for teens, seniors, and now we're doing for families. The Family Fund Resource Fair is a way to provide families from our community an afternoon of games, informational booths for family health, refreshments, and donated items and entertainment.
So the benefits are that our main goal is to
Our main goal is to help the environment and to keep providing within our community. Looking at our past Ynapp project, we realized that the Doolittle Community Center has done activities with kids, teens, and even the elderly. Yet we have decided to benefit the family as a whole and invite all generations.
Our first idea was to put on the carnival, but as that idea progressed, we decided that this would not be beneficial to the community. After deliberation, we came up with the Family Fund Research Fair.
The project benefits the community by providing clothes, food, games, entertainment, and promotes giving back to the community. Everyone that participates in it receives from this resource fair will benefit from it. The fair will have the youth council group members learn to help those who are in need and show them that participating is a way to help the community and it's very enjoyable.
With the grant money, we will buy all the necessary such as boxes to hold everything, and food, etc. $500 is needed for this project just for basic funding.
youth and adults will work together by cooperating and enjoying their time. This fair is a group effort. The fair will contain activities such as explosions and DCC, cheer team, and DJ fitness demo. Face painting, bouncy house, and
Ynapp should fund the LOT project because we are contributing to a better life in our community by influencing change and distributing health. Our project benefits all age groups with a day of fun and donating.
What will be needed to be done? With the grant money, we will buy
With this grant money, we will buy all the necessities such as boxes. This is the cost. So the first, so tables and chairs, we will need to buy tables and chairs, we will need to rent a DJ, face painters, balloons, helium, times 2 cans of helium, which is $70, table covers, shopping bags, a bounce house, plates and napkins, vendors, buckets, a poster board, refreshments, glass jars, candy, ribbons, a plunger, play balls, and pool noodles.
How will adults and youth work together? Youth and adults will work together by cooperating and enjoying their time. This fair is a group effort.
the reflection. This project taught us humanity and knowing that we ourselves could make a difference in this community. The feeling that we know we could help make us what we want to help even more. let's see. Okay. We as a group felt that it was time to inspire others and give back to our community.
The project will be teaching us humility and knowing that we ourselves can make a difference. The feeling, we already said this all, but basically family equals help. Where there's a will, there's a way.
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask you group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Kennedy?
Is this project going to be open to the public, and where is it going to be held?
It will be held at the Community Center where we have group dates, and it will be open to anybody in the public. It's just maybe benefiting our community in that area.
Oh, Member Winslow?
I noticed from looking at your budget that your bathhouse is 0. Did you guys already find someone to build it?
Yes, we have some people, I believe we have vacancies within the community center for the communities.
Okay. And what days a week and time will you do that? Tuesday and fair?
We said, I believe for the fair, we said Friday or Saturday, and if it was Friday, it would be after school, and if it was Saturday, we would just hold it for a lot of days. Just so anybody who wanted to be coming whatever time they wanted, it was convenient, show up.
And how are you going to identify the families that you're actually going to help with the resources you're collecting?
I believe we said that we were going to put for the charity, if I'm not mistaken. If not, I believe the community center has a place where they put all the donation items for the family to need.
So the people coming aren't coming to receive the resources, they're coming just to attend the fair?
They're coming to attend. A lot of families that are coming might be there, but they will probably get the things that they're donated after.
Member Williams?
Yeah, just, you mentioned, both groups mentioned, you guys, this is your 4th time, you've done 3 previous. Can you let me know, or tell me what type of participation you received and how many people have attended? Have you increased the attendance over the past 3 years?
I believe that the first one we had a very small number, and we increased it the second one quite highly, and then it kind of went down just a little bit, but not by much. And then the third one we had a very high increase, and then I'm assuming that we're going to stay the same at that high increase.
So in terms of numbers, you went from 25 participants to 200 or 50 to about 400?
I think we had like 150 at the first one, and then went to like 200, and went up even more to like, or went down to like 150 again, but then we went up to like 300.
So you're expecting?
We're expecting about 300, 350.
Member Skousen?
You mentioned in your project that you wanted to have vendors there and information booths. Do you know who you're thinking of targeting and asking? Do you have made some requests?
We were going to request the group Think, THNK, which does a lot of family oriented stuff, as well as teams and medical safety and all that stuff. So we're kind of targeting every single aspect of the family.
Member Winslow?
Being that right next to the library, I run the library, include them as well. I'm sure they'd love to have people who do some kind of outreach, providing.
Yeah, we were thinking about that. I was going to ask my connection with the library.
Member Hardy?
Great presentation. I believe the group I was a part of in high school volunteered at one of the resource fairs at you, and I don't know if it was the same one. It was last year though. And it was very helpful. I got some information for a lot of family friends and things like that. So what you guys are doing is really great. What I wanted to know is how are you guys going to promote it? How are you guys going to promote this fair in order to bring more families there?
Because all of us on this entire team for both projects, we both go to AGC, which is right across the street from the community center. We were going to, one of our ideas was going to like make flyers and pamphlets and stuff and pass it out to our return to the school because we're all in varying grades within high school and middle school. And then another thing we're gonna do is just pass it out. We're gonna like leave like a pile on like the desk in the community center, in the front office of the school, at the library. Hopefully, it's in the lettuce, just in different places in that area to impact our community as a whole.
Any more questions? Member Silver?
It was a good presentation, and it's a good project. I just, one suggestion for next year or in the future is be sure that you play up all that you're doing for your community. So telling us that you'd had, your application only lists one previous event, but you've had several, and how they went is big as well, and the fact that you have in-kind donations in the way of tables and the bounce house. When we look at those in advance, we make notes on it, and you guys are doing, it's a good presentation, but then when I heard you present, it's a better presentation. So congratulations. Make sure you pat yourself on the back every which way you can and make sure that we know all of the good things you're doing. Okay?
Any questions? Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date that will be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. Meeting at recess.
Volunteer hours.
Call the meeting back to order. Hello and welcome to the Ynapp Board meeting. My name is Angel Gonzalez and I am the chair of the Ynapp Board. Your group will now be making a presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make your presentation, then the board will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded and we will need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Hello, my name is Viviana Mandujano. I'm the youth leader for this Ynapp. I'm also the president of Batteries Included, and our site is located at the East Las Vegas Community Center. With me today are also a couple of my board members.
Hello, my name is Rosa Ortega.
Hello, my name is Daisy Estrada. Hi, I'm Bella Garcia.
Now, some of you may not know what Batteries Included is. Now, Batteries Included is a youth-driven neighborhood program which aims for teen success. And how do we do that? Well, we expose our teens to activities focused on leadership, community service, and preparation for college. And now this year, we have the pleasure to participate in our first annual Ynapp program, also known as HOPE. Okay, so what our project is. Now, HOPE is a collaborative project that unites the teens of Las Vegas with chemotherapy patients. We'll be creating 30 gift baskets, which will be given to 30 chemotherapy patients. Now, what our basket consists of will include a warmth aspect to it, which is homemade blankets, slippers, and beanies. And another aspect into it is also an art aspect. And what the art aspect will include is various forms of art, like media forms, such as crayons, color pencil, sketch pads, and all that. So, one of the greatest benefits of this service project is that not only does it impact the youth in our community located around our area of our center, but also the youth beyond our community. You see, in Las Vegas, we have this socio-economic boundary where we're separated based off of our income. Now, our site is located in what many like to call an at-risk area, whereas the medical center, Summerlin Hospital, is located in a prominently wealthy area. Now, what our project will focus on is having the teams work together to give to those in need in a prominently wealthy area. And what this will do is show them that they aren't the only ones that face difficult times or have difficult issues because of finance, but that we all face difficult times. And it might not be the same reasons, but it's a different reason as well. But we are all one. Now, also, overall, this project allows our youth to develop open-mindedness, as well as it's also beneficial because it allows them to, okay, as a recap, this project allows our teams to build traits such as open-mindedness, risk-takers, and balance. Open-mindedness because they're able to expose themselves to different situations that they've never been to. Risk-takers because they're taking on this project that they've never imagined they'd do. And balance because we want them to be able to have community service while also balancing their academic life.
The idea of hope arose after brainstorming to overcome 3 issues. These issues include warmth, art therapy, and our community social economic barrier. After realizing that the chemotherapy patients have to wait outside in the hall, we as a group decided to include blankets as the patients tend to get cold. The blankets will not only provide warmth, but it will be homemade, and thus it's creating some empathy and actively engaging the youth of Las Vegas. In an effort to add extra warmth, our gift baskets will include beanies and slippers. Also, we did research on various therapies for cancer patients. We stumbled upon art therapy, which is essential as a form to express buried emotions, cope with grief, and gain self-confidence, and to communicate easily. We included various mediums of art and art baskets. Most importantly, we wanted to create an interactive project that unites our youth, breaking our social economic barrier. We believe that hope can resolve these 3 issues. Hope will be completed by more than 15 batteries included members, including ourselves. Our team is composed of high schools all around the Las Vegas area that will gather into one community center to complete the Ynapp grant. This project will primarily be youth-driven. Involvement of adult figures will be needed to be purchased for the items to be purchased for the project, which includes transportation. After the supplies are purchased, the youth members will assemble the gift baskets on their own. No additional cost will be needed to learn the process to make the felt blankets. We will be using the tutorials to guide us through making the blankets. Adult involvement will be required before giving the gift baskets to the cancer patients. We will communicate with the parental figures to figure if anything should be informed, which includes how to interact with the patients.
Now, as my fellow members have said, we are making 30 baskets, and as you can look up on the screen, the grant that we're asking for is $939.54, and up there it also shows the type of materials that we're going to be putting into the baskets, including the fabric for the blankets that we're going to make, crayons, pencils, colored pencils, and a sketchbook that goes along with the art therapy that we're going to be providing in these gift baskets. Also including in this basket, there's also going to be the warmth part of our basket, which is going to be slippers and beanies and also the blanket.
In hope, we will make sure that all our members partake in our reflection activities. I will document our journey through our project, which will include taking pictures and videos. We will break our reflection activities into 3 segments. In the beginning of the project, each member will be asked to write their thoughts on our project,
they will be asked to read out loud a segment of their piece while being recorded. During the halfway point of the project, members will be asked to reflect on how the project is going and any improvements that have been made. At the end of the project, each member will be asked to write a reflection on the project, which includes how they have grown as individuals and changes that could have been made. Each member will again be asked to read out loud a piece of their reflection, which will be included in the yearbook. At the end of the project, we will create a digital yearbook marking our accomplishments. The digital yearbook will include reflections. We decided to cut our reflections into 3 segments in order to obtain a true description of how we have grown.
Now, as a recap, the importance of hope is endless. It benefits our youth not only to not be oblivious to those around us, but it also shows that what many classify at-risk students, that through all the trouble and hardships in the community, that they can still emit positivity within our community. Hope also breaks the economic barrier that I mentioned before, which separates the at-risk students or the the low-funded students, separated amongst the more wealthy area. Also, our project should also be funded because it provides chemotherapy patients with art therapy while also emitting unity amongst the halls of the Sunrise Medical Center. Thank you.
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask your group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Skilgren?
It's a great project. It really is, and you did a good job with your presentation. Unfortunately, having a family member who's been in the hospital off and on frequently, I can tell you my concern's going to be kind of with the slippers. The floors are slick. There's a fall risk. But what I would recommend is why don't you reach out to Summerlin Hospital and ask them for their rubberized slippers, socks that they give out anyway, and put those into your basket. Maybe you can kind of color sort them based on, I mean, I know it's not as personal as your own slippers, but they are fixed so that it's got the rubberized and they won't fall. And they'd be free. I'm just saying.
Member Kennedy?
Great presentation. I love the idea. My question to you guys is, where would you be giving these, I guess, care packages out?
Oh,
would they be like at a hospital?
Yes, as I mentioned in the project, I have already contacted the Summerlin Medical Center, primarily the Children's Hospital, and they have given me permission to actually give the gift baskets to them, and they said that if we are accepted for our grant, that then we will contact again over when to schedule to give them out.
Member Skousen?
Great job. I'm sure you have young men in your group, but I like your girl power. So, and you guys were all very well spoken and confident, so congratulations on your presentation. I like your idea. It's a little, thinking outside the box a little bit, so I like that. I just had, I don't remember what I was going to say now. Is it Sunrise or is it?
Summerlin.
Okay.
I apologize.
Okay, yeah, I noticed it. So I know they have children's. Yes. That's great. And, I don't remember, so sorry. Anyway, good presentation.
Member Hardy?
I love you guys' presentation. I was actually really excited for it today. Lots of people in my family have been cancer patients. We actually have the BRCA gene, but so this is very near and dear to me. I wish someone would have done this for my mom. She got cancer test, and both times it's really hard to, think of happy places and things like that, and to feel not as disconnected. So the blankets and the slippers and everything else, I think this is like phenomenal. I wanted to know what made you guys choose this project in particular. You don't really hear people usually going to hospitals and kind of seeing things like that and staring it in the face. because a lot of people know things like this happen. People have illnesses and things like that. But what made you guys choose this rather than helping out the homeless or anything like that?
The issue with helping out the homeless, there's not an issue within that itself, but we feel like there has already been a lot of charities and a lot of work done to help the homeless, and there's various groups already done by the city of Las Vegas that help the homeless. So we felt like creating a project for the homeless would just be an add-on, and we felt like we should brush on something that hasn't been brushed on. And so while we were brainstorming, we were brought upon the concern that these chemotherapy patients have to wait in the halls to wait for the rooms to be set. So that's why we thought of this interactive way to create these blankets, not just purchase them, because you can purchase anything, but to actually have the thought that someone created this blanket for you. It may not be extravagant, it may not cost $1,000, but they still took their time to create something for you, and I think that's good about it.
Member Williams?
This is a really awesome project. You guys did a really good job. Your passion was there. I just want to commend you on that because there are a lot of youth and people who are dealing with this. My co-workers, her son, 22, 23 years old, just passed away this past weekend, or last weekend at services on Saturday. So it's a really important project that you guys are taking on, and it's something that may go beyond just doing 30 baskets. People in that type of situation, just like the company, just like someone to talk to, this project that you guys are taking on could be something that, can really grow into a passion of yours to do something for people that are in that particular condition. So this is a project that I'm so glad you guys brought forward, and it really touches a lot of people at the table, especially me, knowing that a young man that was in Batteries Included, participated in Batteries Included, participated in Ynapp many, many years ago, went through this process. And I appreciate you guys really stepping up and doing something outside the box and doing something that isn't the typical thing that we hear for people coming in. So thank you guys very much for doing that.
Member Winslow?
So your group's going to make the blankets?
Yes.
You tie one?
Yeah, the foot one where you put the sides and then you tie them. Yes.
Now, what type of beads? Because I know there's crochet groups in town that specifically make for people in the hospital. So that would be another homemade touch to the basket that they would probably go with them to you guys as well. Like there's a lady that works for me that I know she is involved in a group like that. That would be one. They happen to be my card. I connect you to her because, rather than just buy, they can make it for you.
Yeah. I'll appreciate it if you do give us that contact information.
Sure.
Any more questions? Okay. Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date that will be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. Meeting at recess. Call the meeting back to order. Hello and welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Angel Gonzalez and I am the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will now be making a presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make your presentation, then the board will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded and we will need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Hi, my name is Jared. I'm doing the Edith Gerheim Garden Grant. It's just me doing it. I'm not going to do the presentation though. In this project, we rehab the unused garden at Gerheim Elementary so it becomes usable and teachable experience for students, their parents, and for the community. The organization that I've chosen to apply for the grant is an elementary school at Gerheim. The grades go from kindergarten to 5th grade, and it's really a great school. I went there for 5th grade myself. The school is awesome because they have this night called Going to Town Night. It's where kids make their own paper money all year, and then they get to go and spend it on like stuff that other kids make. And they have an auction that you can use your Gerheim money for. And even the kindergarten kids participate. This is my first time applying for a grant, and the school has not received any previous funding from any organization or person. This is the garden with 7 years of just sitting and having no treatment or care. As you can see, like the shed doors are broken down and need to put back up. And the planter boxes need repainted, new wood, and new soil, planting. And the bottom of the fencing needs chicken wire and wood across the bottom so nobody can get in and eat the vegetables or plants or anything like that. Ways garden will enhance the community. One thing that may affect community is bringing positivity by having a nice garden around the school. Another way is it would give the students something fun and productive to do while they're outside. It also teaches them where food comes from and how to take care of it. And it will also teach them about the growing process. It will help families with limited incomes of healthy food on the table. This is how I came up with the idea for the project. My little brother attends Gerheim, and when we first took him to class, I noticed the garden was uncared for. I attend Northwest Career and Technical Academy, and I'm part of decade to be meaningful community service projects. I thought the garden would help not only the school, but would also be a good learning experience for me, my parents, and my peers. I'm requesting a grant for $1,000 for the Gerheim Garden project. The money will be used towards items needed to fix the garden or buy things that are needed to. Some of those things will be wood for the planter boxes, the shed doors, and wood for around the bottom and fencing area. Another thing that we will need to buy is green and white paint to paint the planter boxes and the shed so it looks nicer. The shed will also need new locks so not just anybody can get in. new garden tools will also be needed so that children and staff can keep up with the garden and keep it nice. We would also need to get chicken wire to put around the fence with the wood so the small rodents can get in and eat the plants and vegetables. We would need to pick up all the trash, pull all the weeds, just move things to make it nice. We will also need some extra pest control and other things, like plastic pest fencing, good tires, and some scissors. The last thing we would need is a new hose and a long net spread to water the plants and the trees. I'll be working with my dad, the Caroline Committee, and as well as parents, students, and the DECA Club at Northwest. So they'll all generously offer their time to make this project possible. The school plans to assign planter boxes to the grades and let them plant, maintain, and use hands-on learning. The WNAPP should fund my project because it would be a good for the community, the school, and set a great example for how we brother love his neighbors and his community. Any questions?
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask you group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Skousen?
This is a great idea. I work with Councilman Anthony, who represents the area, and we work really closely with Caroline, and we've seen that garden site, and it does need a little help. I was just going to suggest, I don't know if you've thought about getting some, at least some advice. There's a group called Fun in the Sun. A lady named Janet Schertzer. I'll give you my card, and I'll give you her number. You can call me, and I'll give you her number. And she actually, that's her whole thing, is to work with community gardeners and things like that. So should be good advice for you, and a good resource for you. And she's done it. We did one similar group at May Elementary School, and it's been great. Kids loved it, and growing vegetables, and we get to pick them, and all kinds of stuff. So anyways, great project. Thank you.
Member Williams?
Yes. Garrett's an awesome school to work with, and I like member Becky there, Townsend. We planted trees in that across the street at the school. Each year for the past several years, there have been several trees that we've planted. We've even planted I think we've done a capsule. Did we do a time capsule? We've done time capsule maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, something like that. So I know the students and the teachers are going to be excited about this project, and I know that Gearheim, once you start a project, the teachers and especially the parents over there. And I believe, have you met with the PTA parents, that committee over there? They're a really awesome group. They really love the school, and they really are enjoying participating in things, in those type of events. So I'm excited to see you work with the teachers and the administration and the parents to do this project, because they really enjoy planting those trees. So I'm glad you're taking this project on.
Member Kennedy?
Okay. Great presentation, but I do have a couple questions. Since the growing season is coming up relatively quickly, when will this project be done, and what about next year? Like, is this project immediate completing? Like, are you going to work on it every growing season? And if so, like, when will this start?
This will probably start with
I'm Sean Norton, I'm Jared's dad, I'm the adult leader with this. As far as ongoing for the previous years, we had to work with the ETA on it. His plan is to fix everything up, rehab it, fix irrigation, for the wilderness, just like he's planned. And then they would take care of it the following years after.
So you guys are basically
Come in, get it set up, get it ready to plant, and then it was going to be handled to individual teachers who wanted to set up programs to do planting in individual boxes. And they've been talking about different ways that they want to do that. Maybe each teacher had a different box. Maybe one group won't be set aside for certain classes or a grade group, or that is still in discussion.
Oh, thank you.
Member Hardy?
I love this presentation. I love the idea of it. I believe I remember having a gigantic garden all along the back of my middle school, which led me to ask you guys, are you guys going to be planting fruits and vegetables and things like that too, along with flowers? Okay, so are you guys going to plan on having to sell the products that you guys have from there in any way to keep it going, maybe to rotate the money that you guys would make from selling the fruits and vegetables or anything like that? Or is it kind of just would keep it in the school thing?
Keep in the school line, I think.
Oh, okay. I think I had a follow-up question, and I totally forgot it. I'm sorry.
Member Scoville? It's a good presentation and a great project because I grew up in Southern California where they actually had trays of fresh fruits and vegetables out in front of our little market, and to this day, I mean that established an eating pattern that I have to this day, and I'm coming up on 60, not too far away. So I think introducing this at the kindergarten and throughout elementary school is a great plan, and I commend you. I was a little puzzled when I read your application because I didn't understand who exactly was going to be doing this, and then you answered that question for me. So thank you, and best of luck.
Member Winslow?
Just to build on what she was saying, mine's more of a comment. I love the idea that you're trying to serve as a positive role model for your younger brother to give back to the community. I would encourage you to maybe try to get more people your age to help, to inspire them.
We do have more volunteers, they just didn't come today.
Yeah.
So we've got a large age range of volunteers, starting about his little brother, of course, who's 5, all the way up to his age, which is 15.
Yeah, that's part about it that stood out to me that I love.
Member Williams?
And I do know Gerheim very, very well in the administration, and I truly believe once they get this back up and you revitalize this garden, that they will take it, and I have the utmost confidence that they will really run with it, from farmers markets to anything they can do to really make it, or add on to it, being familiar with the school and the administration. So I really think that this will be a very, very successful project that will be ongoing beyond you just fixing it up and your brother being in school. I think when he graduates, this garden will still be up and running, and he can come back and do something really special to it as well.
And that's also something we plan in the future too, is maybe having the younger boys come in. He's got 2 younger. So come in and possibly involve them in the grant system later on to help with further improvements, further funding.
I would also suggest Boy Scouts are always looking for projects especially projects like this to participate in, because there's a lot of Eagle Scout projects and stuff like that. So if you know of any Boy Scouts or any projects, because not only can they help with this project, but they will be a good group that will adopt it and continue on to make sure that it stays maintained.
Any more questions? No? Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date that will be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today.
Thank you.
Meeting at recess.
We didn't know it.
Today, I know it. Yeah. Call the meeting back to order. welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Angel Gonzalez, and I am the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will now be making a presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make your presentation, then the board will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group, and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded, and we need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Good evening. I am Matthew Green from Cape Coast Student Council. We are representatives of third, fourth, and fifth grade. We meet twice a month to discuss and create activities that make that better our school and community. We applied to the Ynapp grant to help us obtain the supplies we need to create care packages for the homeless teens and adults. We're hoping to make 100 care packages to care about our school community.
Hello, my name is Brianna Loranovich. Our project will help the community because it will supply 100 homeless citizens with basic supplies. They need to help them to survive the harsh environments they live in. This project will also benefit the community because it will provide a chance for people to come together to show support for those in need.
Hello, my name is Charlene Roscoe. We came up with this project after discussing the needs in our community. We realized the homeless population is increasing. We wanted to help them during these harsh months.
Hi, I'm Abby.
Our project is important to us because we feel the need to help our community.
We as children need to know how to help others less fortunate than us. Our student council leaders think that it is important for us to be grateful for the things we have and take care of those in need.
Well, I'm Danica. For our project, we will need to purchase the supplies which we have already chosen. Ms. Pablo ordered these supplies. We will then assemble the care packages in a group along with any volunteers who would like to help us in this cafeteria. Then we will hand out the supplies to churches that will hand out the care packages when they feed the homeless. We welcome to participate with that as well. For our project, we will use the $1,000 to get our project content. This will maximize the supplies that we are able to contribute to our care actions or this result will work side by side with this project. We students will work alongside our student council leaders to organize and plan this operation. We also will work with the moms that come to help us assemble the care packages and plan the activities that help out care packages. Working hand in hand with the help us experts on how to assemble and share the care packages and also they are great role models for us.
Our student council leaders will have us write a reflection paper on this community service. We will have to write a paper on how this project will inspire us to do more for our community and how students are able to make a difference in the community we live in.
Ynapp should fund our project because leaders in their attempts while we work hard on this project and want to see it happen for our community members. We take all the needs and believe that and we love the opportunity to do that for our homeless citizens. Partnering with Ynapp is a great opportunity for us to give back to the community.
According to Project 150, did you know there are approximately 1.7 million homeless teens in the U.S.? That's 39% of the homeless population. The average a teen becomes homeless is age 14 and a half years old. And according to the 2014 HUS Annual Homeless Assessment Report, 30% of Nevada's homeless are unsheltered youth aged under 24 and under, ranking Nevada first nationwide in homeless youth.
That's unbelievable.
Project 150 also says that over 50% of young people in shelters and on the streets report that their parents told them to leave or knew they were leaving and didn't care. Wow, that's so sad. The Las Vegas Times reported that the state spent $9 million on the homeless. Well, that's good. At least someone is getting not really. Many homeless people go without basic hygiene supplies like deodorant, toothbrushes, and
So where do the homeless youth get this nutrition supplies for daily hygiene?
Many organizations donate and supply the homeless with these items, but more needs to be done. How can we help? We can grant money to put together basic supplies we will donate to homeless. These supplies will include toothpaste, toothbrush, lotion, gloves, snacks, wet wipes, socks, and a hairbrush. Wow, that's great. Those items will certainly help them out and keep them warm during the cold months. These are some of the items we wanted to put in the care packages. Things like socks, toothbrushes, toothpaste, hairbrushes, lotion, and gloves.
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask your group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Williams?
Awesome job, and I just wanted to tell you, we have a lot of older kids, high school kids, middle school kids. I'm so excited to see elementary kids who have a passion about doing something for their community, and I'm glad to see you guys. You guys did one of the best presentations that I've seen today, and this whole process. I think you guys put some work into it, and you practiced, and you guys did an awesome job. The question I have for you is, how do you guys plan on actually distributing the items out to people that are homeless or homeless youth? Yes.
We will give them to churches that will give them out when they
If I heard you correctly, you said you would give them to churches who would then pass them out to those people who would need them. Awesome.
Member Silver? That was truly a great presentation, Harry Williams. You're absolutely right. We've seen much older children and youth not do as fine a job as you just did, or plan out the project and have all their details and all their facts available. So it was very impressive. I noticed that when I go through my applications, that you are looking at putting in 136 hours of donated time. Did I calculate that right? That's what it looks like to me. That's a tremendous commitment. You think you'll have this completed while the weather is still chilly? Okay. Thank you very much. Good job, guys. Any more questions? Member Torres?
Hi. Member Torres, thank you guys for coming. You guys did a phenomenal job. I really liked the presentation. I just had one question. So you guys are planning on doing it during your lunches or to get students, or when do you guys plan on allocating the time for it?
in the morning and afternoon when we have our student council meetings.
Okay, cool. And you guys are going to invite the other students too then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Good job.
Member Kennedy?
It was a great presentation. I love that you guys took the time to make these posters. I really appreciate that because it shows that you put some effort into it and you genuinely care about this project. But my question was, have you guys received any donations for any of this? Or is this all going to be like something you use the funds for?
We wanted, like,
Just shut up.
first we wanted to, like, get the
questions? Okay. Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date that will be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. Meeting on recess. Instead of just telling me about what Nico does, and just do a thumbs up. Is that okay? Okay. Call the meeting back to order. Hello and welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Angel Gonzalez and I am the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will now be making a presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make your presentation, then the board will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded and we need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Good evening, Ynapp board. I'm Leslie Wilder. Thank you for inviting me here tonight to share my project, Keepsakes and Memories, that will be taking place at Doral Academy in our after-school service club called Little Gestures. Each year we meet at the beginning of the school year to discuss what projects we would like to do as a group. Each member has their favorite projects. Some include animals, cancer patients, military, and foster children. When the Ynapp grant application came out, we first talked about who we wanted to help. We decided to put all of our projects in different months, and we decided to keep the foster children for the Ynapp grant since we would need a little bit more money to help us with the supplies in order to make this project happen. Our project, Keepsakes and Memories, will consist of purchasing some boxes like this. What we plan to do is to decorate the boxes, then pass them along to social workers to pass out to foster children on their caseload. We will also be delivering them directly to Child Haven as well. We also have a family therapist, social worker at our school who can also hand them out. The reason we selected the keepsakes and memory boxes is because we have been told from social workers that a lot of the kids need to build some new memories. We want them to build new memories, take pictures, and collect little treasures like lots of the other kids do. This project will help them keep track of all their pictures and trinkets in a safe place for when they might have to move to another foster home or back to their own home someday. This project will help them because it will be their go-to box to put their things into so they don't lose them. It will also help them because it will be easy for them to carry around when they move houses. Last year we had over 3,000 kids in foster care for all kinds of reasons. A lot of the kids think it has something to do with them when they are in care. We want the kids to not feel bad about having to be in foster care, and we think having a special box might make them think of good things and not the bad things. This project will help the community because foster kids are part of our community and they need people taking care of them too. They need to know that people care about them. We can help them have better thoughts about the caring people who we do have in the community who want to help them during what could be a hard time in their life. Keepsakes and memories is important for many reasons. One of the reasons is that all people like to look at the pictures and treasures that they have collected from different times in their lives. I bet some of you even have photos and trinkets that you still look at the same, still look at that make some great memories in your mind. Another reason is that a lot of things get lost when foster kids move from one home to another. It is really important that the foster kids have their things and that their things are something nice. Nobody wants to carry around their things in a trash bag. We want the boxes to be something they are proud to carry around. In order to get this project started, we are going to need some supplies. We will need the boxes, hodgepodge, scrapper paper, and decorations. Our school will with the construction paper, scissors, and all the cleanup supplies for the hodgepodge side project that will happen when you have a lot of kids working with it. We are also going to need a lot of kids, which we already have at our school, who will help us to replace boxes transferred into some decorative, youth-friendly boxes, which will give the kids some choices in which box they would like to have to keep their stuff in. We also have plans on making sure we get some extra adults to help us out as well. This way, we can make sure we have enough people to get all the boxes done. We are planning on making 200 boxes over a couple of different days. In order to get all the materials, we are asking for $1,000. We understand if you have to share the money with other groups. If so, we will do less boxes. But we really think our project is important for all the foster kids in our community. I know they would too. Even though we are in middle school, we still can't drive, so we will need some adults to help us deliver our memory and keepsake boxes. We will be able to do the project, take pictures, and we are good at shopping, of course. The adults will also help us make sure the reports we have to fill out are complete and accurate. Middle schoolers get distracted a lot. Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I guess the last question on your mind before you think about scoring this project would be, why should we fund this project? My answer would be for you to think about something that you have lost in your past that you wish you would still have today. If you would have had a memory and keepsake box, you still might have it today. Thank you for listening to my presentation tonight. I am ready for any questions and suggestions you might have.
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask you group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Kennedy?
I love this idea. This is like the best. But my question to you is, you're not going to let each person personalize them. You're going to have them pre-made so it's like a gift from somebody else to them, and then they can put their own stuff in the box.
Okay, they're personal items.
Okay. Like a treasure. And this is your own like project doing.
I figured it out because I was like, a birthday present for my mom. So that's where it came from.
Yeah, it's for your school little dresser stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
Member Hussein?
Hi. Just a quick question. What's your passion for this project? Like what?
I love helping foster children, and I know there's a lot of kids that have treasures, and they also always get left behind when they're moving houses. So I would love to give these boxes to them so they have their treasures to keep forever.
Member Skilbreth?
I think this is a great project. I have some experience with foster kids, and you're right, things get lost, they get left behind, and then when you go back for them, they're not there anymore, and so the size of the box is good, it's manageable, it can get grabbed quickly and moved, so there's just many things about this project I think is great. You and your schoolmates are going to put in a little over 100 hours, so I think that's a significant contribution. And you clarified where the donation is coming from. The only thing I would suggest is that a couple things. Well, really one big thing is that you need to, when you're doing your application, because a lot of us read these in advance, so if you kind of put that information in earlier in the application, and you outlined a number of other projects you've done, your application actually only says last year. So, but I've been on the board before, so I know this is your 6th request, right? So you've been doing things for your community for a long time. You need to go ahead and make sure people are aware that you have experience with this and that you've completed a number of other projects in the past. But have you thought about, I'm sure when you priced out the boxes, which is your biggest purchase, you've talked to like Michael's and whatnot to see if maybe they would
I know we'll get tax exempt for the school. When they're on sale, they're $2 a box. I think that's probably the closest, cheapest price we could get.
Can you state your name, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tam Wilder.
Okay, I was just, thinking that if you're buying in bulk like that, that they might,
We can ask them again. We've tried in the past, and sometimes Hobby Lobby's worked a little bit with us. So, but we'll give it a try.
this is awesome. This is a great project. Thank you so much.
Any more questions? Okay. Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp will be voting on the recommended Ynapp awards at a later meeting, and the Ynapp board will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date that will be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. Meeting at recess. Meeting back to order. What is the status update of the Las Vegas Academy Batteries Included Senior Luau?
Hi, Lisa Campbell. They are a no-show. They were scheduled for 6:50. It is now 7:15 p.m. We have not heard from them. Reminders were sent to them about their presentation last week. So at this point, they're a no-show.
Item number 5, citizens' participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the board. No subject may be acted upon by the board unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, give your name for the record, the amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. Any public comment? No? Meeting is adjourned.